Hello everyone, it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series and shout out to Cornflower92 that suggested me to do Harvey next as a natal chart analysis. So thank you so much, Cornflower92. And please, anyone else, please give me suggestions down below as to who you would want me to do a natal chart analysis on next. And today I'll be speaking on her personality traits as well as her characteristic traits and why a lot of people are very fascinated by her and the way that she acts and also a lot of the success she's garnered. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Please make sure you hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And last but not least, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone who likes this content, or anyone who's a fan of Harvey. Now let's get right into the video. Harvey was born on January 13th, 1997, so this qualifies her to be a Capricorn. So by her having a Capricorn in the sun section, she tends to be someone who loves to work all the time. Having a career or just going into something that she likes or just having an occupation is something that's really important to her. She does have a lot of leadership skills because it is a cardinal sign, so it makes sense as to why she may take a lead in society, take a lead in a relationship, or take a lead in her life. She does have an intense drive for achievement that never lets up, so she's going to work her hardest to achieve any goals that she wants to achieve. So regardless of what comes her way, she's going to make sure that it happens. She's someone who's very grounded, very practical, patient, resolute, and is always looking for the next level. Next up is her moon in Pisces, and with this placement, she tends to be very empathetic, very sensitive, very artistic, have deep emotions, very subjective, very idealistic, very introspective. She can be indecisive at times. She does have a powerful intuition. She's also someone who has the ability to put herself in someone else's shoes. The compassion is always there for others, and she tries her best to not get taken advantage of. And this really helps because she does have the Capricorn sun, so she's able to balance that a lot. She's someone who loves to have solicitude and loves to have a place for herself where she can be intuitive and very just to herself. She's someone who's very social and she loves to never let anyone down, so she tries her best to make everyone happy. Next up is her Mercury in Capricorn. So it's nice that she has her sun and Mercury sign in the same sign, so she's able to voice her opinion more in a way that people will be able to listen to. So she's someone who is very practical, and the way she talks is very conversational. She loves to have conversations. She's the person that reflects that trait as well. She's someone who's very reserved in her expressions. She does have conservative communication. She's a person who has efficient words. She has serious opinions. She's very ambitious when she speaks. She's the type of person who looks at traditional ways and has a traditional education. That makes sense because her stepfather, Mr. Harvey, he did explain to her things on men, so it makes sense. She's very calculated in her reasoning, and that makes sense because if you look at her relationships, they're very calculated, and she's someone who is responsible in what she does. Next up is her Venus in Capricorn. So this makes her third placement in Capricorn, so she does have a Capricorn stellium. So she tends to be someone who's very mature in her relationships, or she wants someone who's very mature. She's also someone who's very responsible and wants someone who's very responsible as well. She's someone who wants someone who's hardworking while she's hardworking, very successful, socially validated. And that's why if you look at a lot of her love interests, you do see that they are very successful, hardworking, responsible, mature, successful, and socially validated. So it makes sense as to these are the type of men that she wants in her life, and these are the type of men who she attracts in her life because that's what she really wants. She loves to impress with intelligence and determination. She likes predictability. And that's something that she likes in a relationship. She wants stability in it. Next up is her Mars in Libra. And by having a Libra Mars, it is interesting because it is the opposite of Aries, which is ruled by Mars. So it isn't detriment. It's not ruled in it. But she is the type of person who has the strength of diplomacy. So she likes to make sure everyone around her is doing good. She's the type of person who loves to have a sense of beauty. Makes sense because Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus has a lot to do with beauty. And she's someone who has a lot of fairness and balancing. She strives for harmony and she's very eloquent. She's someone who's very ambitious and very friendly. She's someone who is very charming, and she does have great negotiation skills. So with these traits in regards to her Mars in Libra, she's able to go through life in a way that's negotiable and has a lot of diplomacy in it. Next up is her Jupiter in Capricorn. And even though this isn't the best placement to have Jupiter with, she's a perfect example that you can be able to use a lot of the planets that aren't your strengths to even be successful in life. So having this placement, she tends to gain wisdom and experience to add to their tried and true methods. So Jupiter rules a lot of luck. That's why it's ruled by Sagittarius and Pisces. So by having Capricorn in this placement, you may not be the luckiest in regards to situations. You may have to, like it says here, gain wisdom through experiences. So instead of just, going through life in an easier way and a luckier way, you will have to gain the wisdom through experience, through tried and true methods. So even though it may be a lot more difficult with this placement, but she's been able to manage it very well. Next up is her Saturn in Aries. And this deals with a lot of diligence and modesty. Even though this is a challenging placement as well, she will be able to accomplish a lot in life in regards to being rational and thoughtful, and it can be taken in a great way in regards to being able to use it towards her advantage with her rationality and her thoughtfulness. Even though one of the obstacles with this placement is that she may have setbacks that are prominent early in life, and they will decrease when she gets older though. But she's the type of person who has great ambition and has willpower to get through anything. And this makes sense because, it's Aries. Aries are the go-getter signs, and in any section or any placement, they will make sure they have great ambition and willpower to get everything done. Next up is her Uranus in Aquarius, and this is a great placement because Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. So she is the type of person that will take up for social causes and find ways of solving a complex issue, such as poverty or things that are not just in society. So she's the type of person that will look at issues and look into different situations and know what's right and what's wrong. She's the type of person who will want to have change, and this makes sense because Aquarius, they do tend to be humanitarian, and they also do tend to be the type of sign that wants to help society and help this world in a way that helps other generations to come. So the same issues that they're doing or dealing with in this generation, they don't want for their children or grandchildren to deal with. So having this placement is very great. She'll be able to look at different things, and she's a reformer at heart. So this is a great placement. Next up is her Neptune in Capricorn. And with this placement, she tends to be someone who will focus on ways to increase her influence, power, wealth, and a lot of things that she wants to in life, and she's the type of person who will work as hard as she needs to, or anyone with this placement, in order to get these things. So she will look at the bigger picture, and she's the type of person, she uses the resources around her, which is very intelligent. So whether it has to do with her stepfather or the men she's around or the people around her, she will use them to increase her power, wealth, and influence. So she will always use the resources that she needs. And with that, she's the type of person who will work as hard as she needs to get that. So she's not the type of person who wants everything handed to her, but she loves to have a lot of things in her career and loves to be successful. Next up is her Pluto and Sagittarius, and she has gained this Pluto because she was born between 1995 and 2008. So she's a part of Generation Z. They're the types of people who really love freedom, experimenting, exploring, and taking a lot of risk. They are the type of generation who has a lot of optimism. They thrive of living. They love to have fun living, and they love to have possibilities. They're the types of people that deal with the earth, and they just love to see the earth improve. They're also the type of people who cherish beliefs and look at beliefs and try to change them. They're the types of people who are type of generation that will look at traditional concepts and want to change them because it's not benefiting society. And they're the types of people who have the right to pursue any course that they want in life. So they're going to make sure that they accomplish anything they want to do. Next up is her North Node in Libra. So in order for her to uncover her hidden gifts and talents, she would need a lot of cooperation, diplomacy, and tact, increasing awareness of others' needs, selflessness, giving support without expecting anything in return, creating win-win situations, sharing, seeing things through another person's point of view, communicating self-identity, listening to those around her, putting her energy into building relationships that last, identity with the diplomat within, creating beauty and harmony in her environment, learning to connect and share with others, beginning to compromise for her own happiness and fulfillment, not be independent and disconnected from others, but follow a path of union, and there's no way that she can go wrong, and she will surround herself with people who are new and balanced and look at life in that way. Last but not least is her Kiron and Scorpio. So with this placement, they may have the wound of self-worth, of passing away, and it may manifest in a way of them dying or being disconnected to a point of a spirit. They do also have the wound of always being manipulated by people as well, or someone who's trying to impose their ideas on them. And this can be very hard for them because they want to be their own people. They want to be open with themselves. So they are also the type of people, like I said, who does not like passing away. They love to go into different things, especially if they had their own experience with death or loved ones who died. That's something that may hurt them, or they're scared of it. So for them to be able to heal this wound, they will have to realize and recognize that, live their life to the fullest, and eventually this will happen, but at least they'll know that they lived their life to the fullest. That's all I have for you lovelies in regards to Lori Harvey's natal chart. Please let me know how you felt about it. Did you get to learn more about her as to who she is as a person? While a lot of people are very intrigued by her, or they really want to know her as a person. Also, please let me know down below who else you guys would want me to do a natal chart analysis on. And if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, also that like button, and share this video with everyone you know. Last but not least, please make sure you follow me on all of my social media accounts, because when I'm not posting on here, I am posting on my other accounts, and I know you guys will love it and appreciate it. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.